look what finally showed up. Was lost for over a month. This has been a month and a half now, shipping to get here. They found it in Chicago. It is the right motor. It's a 4-piston head we've got on it. The original one we bought from Rami before. We ended up building the other ones on stock sleeves, but unfortunately now the other one's in the car, so it's going to stay like that. In some ways, it's probably everything happens for a reason, I find. So I think we leave this one in, send it to the moon, see what we can get out of it. And it's going to be good just to set everything up. If we have any issues, I'd rather find it on this motor and not the other one. And it'll help us set up the car and get used to it. And I need to learn a few things before we probably jump in with the other one. A bit of horsepower always does help, but at the same time, a lot of guys will be building ones that are stock sleeve. And, you know, for you guys, you'll be able to see what you can actually get out of quite a fairly budget-built engine. I wonder if you'd fit a K24 in there. I don't think so. Maybe if you went rear-wheel drive. Man, they're little when you see them up close.
I wanted to use the stock map sensor port in the manifold because it was there. We made a little fitting up that goes to a dash 4 with an O-ring that seals the same as the original map sensor, and then we'll remote mount a little 5-bar sensor for that, and that's the end of our vacuum plumbing. A lot of people don't know these fittings exist. Really handy little fittings. They go on to your hardline, aluminium or steel, and they've got an olive inside, and all you do is tighten it up, and then it basically bites onto your hard line, so then you can go hard pipe to any AN flexible hose you want to do. It's got to be better than a couple of hose clamps when you've got 100 pound of fuel pressure, so good safety thing too. Always got to remember about that. You don't want fuel spraying in your engine bay if you can avoid it. Sometimes it happens anyway, but. And there's a Teflon hose, which is a flexible one, and the braid that goes up to the rail. All finished.
Time to fit a transcooler in. One of the last pieces mechanically to the car, so we're getting pretty close with it all. Actually, another thing a lot of you guys probably don't know, we used to make these little boats. Something completely different to a car. But I just sold the molds, and there's 50, we made about 50 of them actually in total. Little electric things, good for kids just to learn. All the steering works, little stereos and stuff, so we designed all the plug tooling and all the jigs and everything to put them together. There are fun turbos and there's not so fun turbos. This is a not so fun one off a Hyundai iLoad. So just remember, not all turbos are fun. Oh, the part I've been waiting for. This is exciting for me. It'll be fun. Lots of wires here. We've got the 5-meter harness. We're probably going to end up not using a lot of it, but at the same time we've sort of got to try and think ahead of what sensors in the future we might end up adding to it. So I've been doing my homework the whole time actually of what I want to put on it by the end. So as long as I allow for all that in the harness this time around, then it should all be there ready to go. I was wondering where I was going to get plugs for all the K-series bits and pieces, coils and everything. Replace Chermside, have all the bits and pieces, K-series, B-series, everything there. So that makes the job easy for the old Honda guys out there. Far out, Bags, how are we going to join all these wires, mate?
I don't know how to twist and tape these ones.
There's a few to twist and tape. We're going to have sore fingers by the end of it. How's the wiring going, Bags? We've got most of these wires laid out and in an order of what we should be doing with them. We used a lot more of the inputs and outputs on the Nexus than I ever thought we would. So it's all sort of playing the game, just a rough sort of layout so we know how to attack it when we get the loom into the car. The next time you see this, it should be running. That's the plan. In a week or two, we should hopefully try and start it for the first time. Just another thing, 101 Motorsport that have tuned the Integra and other bits and pieces we've played with in the past. They're the ones we've been buying all the Haltech gear from. They've done some really good deals for me, which is greatly appreciated. And they know what they're doing when it comes to tuning these as well.